What's really good, my people? Welcome into No Ketchup Chicago, for Chicago, by Chicago. I am your host, Sean Little. Big time local legend, special guest is in the building. PROBCAUSE, man.
Yo, what's up?
A local guy has been doing this thing for forever now.
Forever.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's starting to get up there like 15 plus years type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
The man does it all, paints, raps. Big Nick the Quick is in here too.
Out here.
Because we all go way back. So
not in the business casual today, man. I came in uniform this week.
Oh.
The business casual look was out. It was funny though.
Yeah, it was decent, man.
You got a suit on?
No. I had the polo with the dress pants and the hard shoes.
There you go.
The whole 9 yards.
Dope.
Yeah.
Man, we're gonna put PROBCAUSE through the ringer. We're gonna talk about his last 12 months, which is absolutely insane. We're talking from touring to festivals to coloring books to planning musicals.
Yes.
I mean, it's top to bottom. We're going to go through all the details there. We're going to talk about PROBCAUSE, what makes him an artist, how all the stuff he's involved with influences his other aspects of your artistic just flow, everything about it. We'll talk about what's coming up. New album is coming.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about all that stuff.
Yeah.
How you been, G?
I've been good, man. I like
fresh off the plane.
Fresh off the plane. Yeah, I went home, took a shower, walked my dogs, and then came over here to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Because really, I don't get to
man.
kick it with y'all, and I figured the only way I'd get to kick it with y'all is if I came and did the podcast. So
That's harsh, but
you guys are so busy,
you know, a little sarcasm in that right there.
No,
But
it's true, man.
it's
We don't
good.
get to
It's
hang
all
out.
good either way.
We
Yeah,
don't get to hang out enough.
definitely.
Yeah. But I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm a little tired, but I feel really good. I've had a fun couple weeks.
Yeah.
Months.
fresh off the GRiZ Music Festival.
Yeah.
Out in Colorado.
Yep.
Just got back with that. I wrote down a bunch of stuff. Let me just go through the list on what you've been up to the last 12 months.
Cool.
And then we'll go through and talk about some of it.
Yeah.
Just touched down the GRiZ Music Festival. Playing Red Rocks with GRiZ.
Yes.
I need to hear about Red Rocks because anywhere you look or talk to anyone about live music venues and where you need to catch a show at, that is one of the first two answers,
It's
no
the
doubt.
spot. Yeah.
Coloring book has dropped. My friends and I.
Yeah.
Right here. I got a copy of this.
Yeah.
Put that up for the cam, quick.
Got the PROBCAUSE coloring book.
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
This is dope, man. I remember when you dropped the first one,
Yeah.
man. You definitely dropped a couple off at the house. This is super
Yup.
dope.
I got extra for your daughter and for
Oh
the
man,
homies
appreciate it,
and
man.
everything, all that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, done. And then we'll talk music, obviously.
Yes.
Way Up.
Way
It's
up.
the newest project.
Yep.
Shout out Lollapalooza for throwing the new track on the
That was really cool.
The day 3
Yeah,
recap.
yeah.
That was super dope. Distractions. I still
Yep.
want to talk to you about that.
Yes.
That came out late 2017.
Yep.
But that's still new.
Yeah.
2 EPs out, a coloring book, touring. It's nonstop.
Yeah.
How have the last 12 months been?
It's been cool when you say it like that. It's like, oh man, yeah, lots of stuff is happening. But it's been fun, man. Like, I've been working with a lot of really dope musicians who have been driving me to put cool music out, and producers giving me beats. It's hard to not be like in the studio all the time and be productive with like the talent I'm surrounded by right now. So that's been cool. And then combining it with the visual elements, the coloring book. We did an animation for the song My Friends and I with the homie GRiZ. And then, like you said, Red Rocks, which is like, I've played a couple times, but this was like the epitome of it for sure for me. It was just like a really special show. I did 2 nights there.
Yeah, we're going to throw up a little picture. Yeah.
Yeah. Played with this live band. It's like a 15-person live band with tons of talent. The drummer, this girl Nikki, is Beyonce's drummer.
Oh, wow.
She's just like crazy talented. The trombone player plays with TV on the radio. The trumpet player, this dude Scott Bradley, plays with like Menaheen Street Band.
Right, yeah.
Antibalas.
Menaheen Street Band are dope. You put me
Yes.
onto that a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I've listened to both of their albums, and they did this other album that they collab with like this soul dude and like mix it together.
Scott Bradley, right?
Real dope. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's Charles Bradley or
Charles
something like that.
Bradley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
real
yeah.
dope. Like real dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah,
just
this is a
working
little
with dope
picture.
musicians.
Yeah, this is a little picture of the Red Rock
Oh
show.
yeah, cool. Yeah.
That's
That's the whole band.
Which is crazy. This shot is fire.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Talk about this a little bit.
It was cool, man. So I played the weekend before that. I played this festival called Electric Forest, which is a really cool big festival.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that before.
Yeah. So we played with the whole band. That was the like debuting of the live band with GRiZ. So I went out to Michigan. We had like this cabin in the middle of the woods, and we were rehearsing with this whole band in this cabin, like 15, 16 person band. So I went out there and like rehearsed with them for a couple days. I walked into it like cold, not knowing what the whole situation was. And so I walk into this like rehearsal space, you know, my boy drops me off, and I walk in, and it's just like surrounded by musicians, you know, like all these guys who had never, guys and girls who had never met before. And they're playing like a jam when I walk in, and I'm just like, whoa, like this is crazy. These guys are like world-class musicians. Like I just rhyme words.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
why
like,
am I here?
how do you approach that as like an MC? Obviously, you know, you're walking a lot of people playing different instruments, things like that.
Yeah.
You just walk in, just start rapping, start freestyling, or is it like
I knew
you know,
the songs we were gonna do. I
Okay.
knew we were gonna do my friends and I knew we were gonna do this other song, Smoke That. So like I knew the songs, I know the lyrics, you know, but it's still like pretty intimidating to walk into that space and be around like that much talent.
right?
So I was like really nervous, but the energy, it was just like I walked into this like energy field. I know that sounds like heady, but like it really was
Psychedelic.
Feeling the energy, bro.
You could really like
Red Rocks.
feel it. Like you could cut it with a knife. Like
Right.
it was that thick. Like like everyone was just like vibing with each other, playing music. So right when I started, you know, playing the song, my song, my friends and I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. Like I can do this. I belong here. Like this is
So
where I'm
it
supposed
kind
to
of
be.
lifts you up a little bit. You feel like you got to get on your game, and like once you
Yeah.
start going, you're like,
I mean,
yeah,
my
I
heart
belong here, type shit,
was
right?
jumping, but
Right.
then like right when I hit the first phrase, I could see everyone else vibing to it. They liked the song, and the energy was right, and they're just like musicians like I am. Like everyone's just a human being at the end of the day. So I like felt like I fit right in, and then started hanging out with the musicians. It was cool because we were like in this, it was almost like summer camp, you know, like we were at this cabin, there's like a big lake. We're all like kayaking together, playing like games at the end of the night. We saw you crawl, bro. I saw it on the thing. But yeah, so it was cool. We got to like build a relationship with all these musicians.
Beyonce's drummer. That's
Beyonce's
crazy.
drummer, this girl Nikki, she's a monster. She plays in this other band called Nth Power.
Right.
That's really dope. We're gonna catch you. Yeah, you see that pink? Yeah. So it's cool, man. It was just cool to like build a relationship with these people. And then when you get on the stage, it's like you're already at home with everybody. You already like know everybody. You're like you're fighting this battle together. It's almost like being on a sports team together, you know, like you're going into battle together, and like everyone has each other's
Look
back.
at the sports tie-in.
Yeah, right.
But the actual theater,
Yeah.
what makes it so special?
Red
I've heard like the acoustics are just next
Yeah.
level. It's in like, you know, in the middle of two, you know,
Yes.
like it's like, I don't know if it's in the mountains or
Isn't it like
whatever.
yeah.
But
It
like
is.
the venue
It's
is
in,
it's like the look and feel of it is crazy.
Yeah,
On
so it's like
top of-
carved out of a mountain, basically. You know, so you have these two like big mountains that are on both sides. You can see it in the picture. Like, so the acoustics are perfect. Like the sound just is bouncing off the mountains, the rocks. So like no other venue I've ever played sounds the way that this does. Like you can hear every single word. You can hear every single like guitar lick, every note perfectly. And it's stadium seating, so it like goes up, you know.
Gotcha. Have you also seen a show there too, where you've witnessed it from like the spectator standpoint, or
I've
no?
gone out into the crowd and watch other performers. I've only been there as a performer, like the last 2 years since I started
Right.
playing there. But yeah, it's just like the acoustics are amazing. The energy of being in the mountains is really cool.
Right.
You know, there's no roof, so like it's just like stars above your head.
Right.
And it's just like
It's
got
just a
this
vibe,
special
yeah.
history. Like
Right.
the Beatles played there, like Rolling Stones played, like everybody who was anybody has played there.
Let's play the Red Rocks.
You know, Sublime, like all these like legendary
Right.
bands. And like last weekend, who was playing there? Brother Ali was playing there. Nas was playing there. De La Soul.
Shout out Nas.
Yeah,
Still getting this money after like 25 years of rapping.
straight
man.
up,
Yeah.
man. So it's just like the energy of a place where that many like legends have played, like obviously carries some weight to it, you know?
No doubt.
So just special place, like a bucket list thing, you know?
For sure. I'm going to have to get out there and catch a show.
Definitely.
Yes.
I got to.
You can go there like in the daytime too. Like it's like a park where you can like just go walk around if you're not seeing a show.
Gotcha.
But seeing a show there is just like special, really special.
No doubt. Let's talk PROBCAUSE, the artist.
Yeah.
I noticed I don't think anything is a coincidence nowadays. Like when I see shit, how it's like laid out or how it's designed, that there's meaning to it for me.
Yeah.
On your IG bio, it says paint, rap, animate.
Yeah.
So does that mean you feel like a painter first? Is that what came more natural? Then did that kind of just the artistic, qualities in you then lead it to music, and then obviously it all tied in together with animation? Because then we're gonna get into this new music, and I kind of want to know how all that ties together.
Yeah, I didn't put them in order of like. There's no hierarchy in the description. Like I definitely like view them all equally as just. I mean, I've always looked at it this way. It's like the more if you have an idea and you want to express that idea, the more outlets you have to convey that message, the better for an artist. So it's like sometimes I can express an idea best through painting. Yeah. Sometimes I could do it best through a song. Sometimes I could do it best through animation, So it's just more like outlets for me to say what I got to say, So I don't think there's necessarily like, they definitely inform each other. Like I've always, when I painted, thought about lyrics as I painted, or listened to music while I painted, or just put beats on while I was doing visual art and like, came up with verses in my head as I was doing it. And I think that they all inform each other in that way. But I don't think there's necessarily one that's more important than the other.
There's no like hierarchy as far as which one
but I definitely like go through phases. Like right now I'm in like a strong music phase where it's like that's kind of all I'm doing just because that's where I'm at right now. That's like what has happened organically because I'm touring and I'm getting booked for shows and I'm feeling inspired to write new music. And then maybe next year it'll be all animation. It'll be all painting the year after that. Like I don't really know where it's going to go. I kind of just let it happen. And I've been fortunate enough to like be in a position where I can like let the art dictate where I go as a human being rather than being like, shit, I got to like finish these paintings so I can make rent, like which I did for many years. But right now I can sit back a little bit and kind of like do what I feel like doing, at that moment in time.
Do you think that helps with like, I don't know, I guess you could call it like, let's say you're having a writer's block for music, right? You can't sit down and write anything, but you still have those other two outlets. Does that kind of help with that?
Man,
As if someone who's just a rapper or just a painter and you get that block, it's like, well, now what the hell am I supposed to do, right? You have those other things that can kind of still feed your creativity.
Oh, man, so on point. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm lucky because when I do get, like, stumped where I'm like, I just don't feel like writing. Like, I don't feel like writing music right now. I always have this other outlet that I can, like, use to inspire the other things or jump to so that nothing gets stale ever. Like, I'm always kind of, like, jumping between projects in different lanes. So, absolutely. Yeah, it keeps everything fresh.
Right.
And I think with anything you like, for me as an artist, like I look at it that way, but I think that like no matter what you do, like y'all have a podcast, but you guys also do other things, and I think that if like you were just podcasting, eventually it'd be like, oh man, like what else do I want to do other things. So I think no matter what like lane you're in, having like multiple projects or multiple outlets is like important to keep fresh,
absolutely,
and inspired.
Can't have all your eggs in one basket.
No, exactly. Exactly.
This is the next question I have. I'm really interested in what you're going to say.
Yeah.
So, first off, I always listen to all your projects that come out. They're very different always. You never know kind of where you're going to go, how you're going to do it, who you're collabing with, etc., right? And the first thing that I was thinking about recently when I was listening to the new stuff was, I think Prob might be genreless now. Like, there's no, like, he's not like a rapper because you can listen to a ton of his stuff and it doesn't feel like pure hip hop. So what do you say when people ask you, like, yo, what do you do?
Yeah.
I make music. And they're like, what type of music?
Right, yeah.
What is, like, your answer to that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm so used to saying that I make rap music. I say like I'm a singer to some people. It depends on who's asking the question. Because like
I'm a singer. I sing.
Yeah. Sometimes I say I'm a producer, sometimes I just say I'm an artist. So, but like, it's a blessing and a curse for sure. I think in terms of like, if you have like one specific genre that you're following, like you can build a more loyal fan base because they know what they're getting when they're listening to your project. And sometimes if you do like a lot of different stuff, the people who came to you as a rap fan and then they hear me make like a dance track, they're like, oh man, like I wanted to hear the rap. I want you to rap, you know?
Right.
So like you can like piss your fans off sometimes that way. At the end of the day, I'm doing this for me. Like, you know, I love making music that connects with people, but if that's the only reason I was doing it, I wouldn't be 10 years deep in music making, you know? So I gotta like follow what I'm interested in. And I think it goes back to having multiple outlets for creativity. Like I can't just make boom bap hip hop music. I gotta like try this other stuff because that's what keeps me fresh, you know, and keeps me inspired. And like sometimes I might fall flat on my face and make a bad song, which probably you'll never hear, but I gotta like try different things. So I don't know. I like the idea of being genreless. You know, I think that's cool. And I think like today, the way music is shared, I feel like that is the direction. Like one of my favorite groups have always been like the GRiZ, you know, and like when you listen to like GRiZ projects, like every project is different.
It's like 14 different songs.
Right, right. And sometimes like there's multiple genres infused into one song. And I think that's really dope. Like, you know, the same way that like, I don't know. I just think it's cool to be like inspired by so many different varieties of music. And I think with the way that music is shared, that we can hear music from different countries and cultures and genres so easily, like it's hard to not be inspired by all these different songs and want to like infuse it into your own music, you know?
Do you think that that's something, you know, not to play devil's advocate, but do you think that's something that you're able to do because you do have a following now, meaning that a new artist couldn't necessarily come into the game trying out different genres or being experimental, knowing that, you know, you have people that are going to listen to it regardless because they rock with you?
Totally. Yeah, I think there's some truth to that for sure.
Some flexibility anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that, you know, exactly.
Right.
You're not defined. Okay, you come in as a rapper, but obviously you've been doing this, like we said, 15 years, so you have a strong following of people who are going to listen to whatever you put out because they like you, but a new rapper might not be able to, you know, do that, even though they want to, right? They might feel they have to fit into a box because they want to get heard and get.
Totally. I think that for me, there's a bigger risk because I could lose fans who don't feel the direction I go, where if you're a new artist, there's really no expectations. So you can like do whatever you want. But at the same time, when you're like that hungry to gain a career out of it,
You don't really want to come out the gates pissing people off.
Right, exactly, exactly. So it really just depends on the artist and their approach, you know, because I think there are like some new young artists who are coming out the gate experimenting with like a lot of different genres.
Right.
And I think we're going to see that more and more with the way that music is shared and like the accessibility of listening to new music. Like you have Spotify, you can listen to any song that's ever been made that's out there, like or YouTube, like you can listen to everything immediately, where like when we were coming up, you know, like I remember ditching school with you to go buy speaker box,
Go buy which is a perfect
CD.
example of completely switching up your musical style, right? Because he full on dropped a singing album, did not rap on that entire album,
and that's one of the best albums like ever
without
made,
a doubt,
in my opinion.
One best rap album with Grammys. Shout out the Grammys for once.
Right. Yeah.
Let's talk the latest project, Way Up. Take Me Higher is a perfect example of the versatility, the kind of it's a dancey track with some flow on it as well.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys check that out. That shit's dope. You collabed with Lembo.
Yeah.
I never heard of Lembo.
Yeah, me neither.
Till this project dropped.
Yeah.
Talk to me, because I know me and Nick were talking about this, and we kind of talked about it a little off air, about just like this collab culture across the board in music, in fashion, in everything is a collab.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, you know, how that came up with Lembo, because you're saying that this is news to me that you didn't even know him that well either.
Yeah, the whole thing with them. So I had gone on tour with this group called Earfunk like a couple years ago, and the guitar player from Earfunk is one of the producers in Lembo. So dude hit me up like a couple years later and was like, "Yo, I've been working with this dude. You know, we're making beats," and sent me the beats, and I was like blown away at how dope these beats were. And so I just started writing to him. I wrote like 3 songs in a couple days and was like, "Yo, this is really fresh.
Yeah.
I'm going to put out a whole EP with these cats," you know? But the beauty of just being able to, you know, I haven't seen this dude in 4 or 5 years. I still haven't seen him. He's just sending me beats through Gmail. you know,
Yeah,
and like
no way.
we're making the project that way. We were
Right.
never in the studio together during the making
Aaron,
of that
throw
project.
This album cover up just so these cats can see this.
Yeah,
this
way
project.
up.
So,
I
see,
love
you actually
the-
never met this person in person?
So I met Paul, the guitar player, when we were on tour
Yeah.
with Earfunk.
Right.
And I'd never met the other dude who's in the project, in Limbo, this dude Logan, who's also super talented. But I never stepped foot in the studio with them to make this project. It was all done just via sending beats back and forth, sending verses back and forth. I record myself now.
It's
at my
wild,
studio.
flavorful, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just, you know, they're very musical. They're both like trained musicians, like classically trained musicians, but then they got into this production side of things.
Yeah, because there's a couple stretches on the EP that there's no words at all, like minutes long, where it's just like a vibe, which is different, which is cool.
Yeah. There's an instrumental track on there that's just them.
Exactly.
So it was really fun making it. It was like just exactly the vibe I was looking for. They produced the Distractions too. They produced the title track, the Distractions song.
Okay, word.
So that was the first song we made, and I was so like stoked off the sound and how that kind of stretched me out a little bit to sing. It's very like musical, but also dancey and kind of have some hip hop flavor. So I was just like, yeah, this is cool. It's pushing me as an artist. I'm also making songs that like go really well for a live show. Like when I play these songs live, everyone's dancing, everyone's vibing, and then they tune back in for the verses and then the choruses, they're dancing again. So it's like perfect for my live show, I feel like. And it just fit the sound that I was going for at that moment. I'll probably make like a follow-up project with them and keep working with them.
Word.
Yeah, but I was super excited about that project, how it came out.
So as you make like this summer music, is that something that's always in the back of your head? Like, is this shit gonna sound dope live? Like, you want shit that you can take on tour with you, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to drop an album full of
Nah.
non-tour tracks.
Totally. Which I was like doing for the first like album or two of my career. I feel like I was making like songs that I was just trying to get off bars. Like, I was trying to like spit, you know?
Like, we all love that hip hop shit, but it doesn't always translate the best to live music
shows,
for sure.
especially at like festivals. Like and it took me there was a learning curve to that. Like I had to play a couple festivals and like see fans kind of like standing around a little bit to be like, okay, like I gotta like make shit that can vibe with this crowd,
right,
that can,
right,
like, make people dance. So then I started like using other people's beats during my show, and I was like, all right, well, I don't want to use other people's beats. I want to use my own. So I got to start making tracks,
making
like
that type of music.
It's so crazy because perfect example. I was at Lollapalooza on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Legit, Playboy Cardi. I'm a Playboy Cardi fan. Legit, turned his music on. Didn't rap.
One bar.
He rapped three or four words the entire track and walked around. But like the music
People were
is
feeling
so
that shit.
turned up and like so live that it didn't matter. Like
matter.
people were just wilding.
Yeah.
And it was like then on the flip side, someone was telling me they saw LL. Now it's a little different. Like it's
LL
different.
was there.
LL was.
LL Cool J was at
LL Cool-
Lollapalooza.
yeah. But like,
Was he licking his lips?
I'm sure he was with the Kangol on.
Yeah, right.
I'm
He take his
sure.
shirt
No
off.
shirt,
This
Kangol.
dude, man.
But like,
I'm alone in my room.
but like the he was up there like spinning his whole tracks, and cats are kind of like,
Bored
You
as
don't
hell.
feel that shit.
you don't
Yeah.
feel that shit. It was like,
Yeah.
and Playboy was literally, he was walking around.
It's so funny, man.
Jumping around, and his DJ was pressing play on his shit, and people were
That's
losing.
Were
it.
just losing their.
He
That's like
didn't
we
even
saw
have to be
Migos.
there. Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
literally didn't have to. They could have sent a body double up. They could have sent
Yeah.
Nick up there.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't have known, and
would've
it would have
just
been just
wilded
as
out.
lit.
And people know the words anyways, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I remember when we saw Migos last year, and it was the same exact thing. They come out. I mean, they were obviously rapping, but the crowd knew the entire shit. And there'd be stretches where they're holding out the mic, they're dancing, they're doing their dab, they're doing their whole thing, and it was fucking crazy.
I love it. I kind of love it because I like how much it pisses off like the older rappers who are like spitting bars and
Yeah,
they're
like,
like
really
and
out
no
there
one
spitting.
cares.
No one cares,
And then
no.
they're just there like
Lyrical for Furical.
Yeah.
and everyone wiles out. Like I think it's a beautiful thing.
Like if this generation, like if Hove came out and did Reasonable Doubt, people would kind of just be standing around.
I mean, I remember like, was it last year that Outkast played Coachella?
They were pissed.
And everyone
It was like
was
2
like-
years ago.
I mean, that's kind of whack to me that like legends like them, you know, like people aren't showing like respect and love to that shit.
Dre turned his back to the crowd because they weren't into it enough. But he also came on stage with a price tag hanging off of his pants.
Yes,
letting you know, saying that he was for sale. They got paid like $20 million to do that tour that they did not want to do. Yeah, and he started performing with a price tag hanging off of his pants. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's all cool. Worked out in the end. I really do like I love like all the new music. All the new like rap stuff that's like Lil Skies and like my favorite is Ski Mask Slum God and like all these dudes. Like I really love that that music.
That SoundCloud rap.
SoundCloud rap, whatever
you want to call
it. That lo-fi, yeah.
I just love like the rawness of it and like the nonchalantness of it, like the not trying that hard and like having the shit pop is dope to me. And like the swag, it's all about the swag. I just think it's cool because it's like so different than like me. And I like anything that like I don't fully understand. Like I'm intrigued by it.
Like Gunna. New Gunna album, dude. It's
Juice
crazy.
WRLD, all that. Oh yeah.
And like Gunna literally doesn't change. He doesn't change the inflection in his voice once.
Yeah,
the whole album.
Right. Monotone.
He just monotone says it the whole way.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say about that stuff is that to be honest, some of them I can't. If you played them all and told me like and I had to pick who it was, I couldn't tell who it was.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like Lil Baby, Gunna.
Yeah,
they all sound.
That's why I like Ski
you know
Mask.
I mean?
That's why Ski Mask is called to me because he's like the best rapper to me out of like the new wave of that shit. Yeah, and I think that he's just talented, and I like the beats, man. I like the production. Yeah. Like it's all cool. Like that's
how I feel about Uzi.
Yeah,
like you put me on Uzi like 4 or 5 years ago. And like
I remember
everything in my rap DNA is supposed to make me hate Lil Uzi Vert, but I will play Lil Uzi Vert for hours on end because it just keeps you in a good mood. Like his turn, it's just like
I mean,
like you know what I'm saying. Like he's just having a good time in the booth. Like,
right? How
I caught him on Sunday too. It was sick.
Yeah. Oh, we missed him last year. I was sick.
Yeah, it was.
Remember that? Yeah,
it started raining. They canceled it. But yeah, dude, it was.
If you're hating on it, you're missing the point of it. Like it's fun. You know what I mean? And if like you're mad while everyone else is having fun, like you're playing yourself, like not them. Like you're the dummy.
For sure.
In my opinion, you know.
Yeah.
It's dope. Yeah.
One more question about collabs, because the hottest album right now in the world is Astro World.
Yeah.
Travis Scott, Astro World.
Yeah.
Took forever to come out, has lived up to every expectation.
Yeah.
But he also has 15 features on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, from
like
Frank
the first
Ocean
4 songs.
to
huge features too. Yeah.
Huge.
Like Frank doesn't show up for I mean, you're paying Frank.
Juice WRLD is on there. Shout out Chicago. We made that.
Yep.
I mean, 21 Savage is on there. Drake's on there. The Weeknd's on there.
Yeah.
Nav is on there. I mean, different genres. He has all types of people on there. Right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, because people are, of course, they're clamoring. This is album of the year, no doubt. Like, mail it in. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about, can you have an album of the year when you're not on a single track by yourself in the whole album?
Right. I mean, yeah, because Travis Scott writes a lot of music for a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's producing. He's in there with Mike Dean. I know, like, he's working, like, side by side with him on the beats. Like, he's shaping the like idea of the album. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing with like when someone's writing, like, I don't want to make it is kind of like a movie almost. Like it is a concept album kind of, and it is based off like an actual place called Astro World. I think, right? It's like this carnival, like this trappy, weird, dark carnival. You know? So I think he's like shaping the world of the music, and so like the framework doesn't exist without him, and then he's just plugging all these like people into his world. So I think, of course, you can, you know, because he's like shaping it. I do get where you're coming from, where like when you have that many other voices on a project, it can take away from your own. But I think the way that I've only listened to it once, and I really liked it on the first listen. I do have like some things I didn't love about it. Like I feel like I love when there's like 2 songs in one. But like in the first 4 songs, he changes like the song changes so
every
much
time,
that it was like a little hard for me to like keep track of what was going on.
See, I kind of rocked with that because it was almost like it didn't have a track list.
But I
like if you took away the track list and just ran it front to back, it would just sound like you were in Astro World, and I
Right.
think that
And
was
that's the
kind of
point,
the
A
right?
lot of
of
his
what he was
music's
doing
like
with
that though. He's one of those types of dudes that does the two. Like Frank
Flips
Ocean
it.
does the same exact thing. Like they'll put multiple tracks on one song, and
Yeah.
I don't mind it, man. But I see where you're coming from. That it kind of loses its touch after like the fourth time you've heard it, because it's like, oh,
a lot of flips.
Where am I? Yeah, is this a
Yeah.
new song or like what's going on?
And to talk about the festival, like how is he going to perform that stuff? What is he going to do when
I heard it went well. I know he only did like 1 or 2 songs from the
Yeah.
new project at Lollapalooza, but I heard it went off. He's a great performer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he brings dumb energy.
Yeah,
And
he'll be fine.
honestly, when you're performing in a live setting, something like that is like perfect because people's attention span only lasts for like a minute. So when the beat is switching every minute, it's like, yes. Like,
Yeah,
it's
here we go, yep.
Because they only play, like if you go to a
Right.
T-Pain show, he's going to do like the hook of like 30 different songs.
Yeah.
If you
I don't
go
know
to a
why.
T-Pain show, you should
No,
reconsider what you're doing today.
Shout out
Yeah.
to T-Pain. He's a legend.
No, he sure is. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like people
And
want
T-Pain's
that
like
quick.
28 years old, by the way.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
Stop playing.
T-Pain's
Really?
like 28
Was he
years
like
old.
16 when he dropped Buy You a Drink?
Something like that.
Whoa.
Hey, Buy You a Drink is
Or
still
maybe,
one
no,
of the
maybe
biggest.
28's a little late.
Hey, still one of the biggest
33?
bangers
Yeah,
of our
something like that.
lifetime is Buy You a Drink. I don't care what
I'm
nobody
going to say
says.
T-Pain's
33.
33
No doubt.
and a half.
Yeah, shout
But
out
I guess
T-Pain.
I wasn't talking about like the beats. I was more like the lyrics. Like he's gonna have huge gaps where he's not saying anything, and it's two features back to back.
Right. Maybe he just plays the verse of them
Yeah, he
and
just-
everybody
yeah.
knows the words so they sing along. And
And
how it goes.
that's how he rocks.
But
it.
he has so many songs, like dope songs that people know. Like he'll probably never
32,
play Astro
T-Pain.
World. 32?
32.
Yeah.
That's
He'll-
still crazy.
Yeah. He'll never play that album. Well, maybe he will, but like he'll just be playing other songs and just like jump through all these
Yeah.
different hits, you know?
But yeah, the album is crazy. I had to get your opinion on that just because like the collab shit is
It's heavy.
it's heavy. It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
and it's funny because like you know who's not collabing? Like J. Cole.
I was just about
Right.
to
And
say,
everyone's like, yo,
Have you
turn
listened to
this
the
shit
new
off.
Mac Miller album?
yeah, Mac
No,
Miller's
I
new
heard
album
it.
is dope.
Woo!
I just told him the other
Yeah.
day.
So good.
Talking about
He's
switching
good,
up,
bro.
I listened
talking
to it
about
on the
switching
plane
up
ride,
styles
man.
though. Like that's the same exact thing. Mac came in as like a punchline rapper, kind of like the battle rapper type situation,
Yeah.
whatever it might be.
And, like,
his
kinda
new album,
commer-
he's singing 70% of the time.
Totally. And
You know
well,
what I mean? And the beats
writing.
are real. It's real mellow. But
Yeah.
it's like a completely different vibe. So like the other day, Astro World came out, and I'm riding with my girl, and like we're riding to dinner.
Yeah.
And I try to play the new Mac Miller album, and I'm just like, I can't really bump this as we're about to go out, right? Because
Right.
it's more mellow. But then I put on something like Astro World, and it turns it
It's
up.
like
but
a
like
sit back and
it's
chill
a sit back
album.
and chill and listen to the lyrics type album
Yeah.
and see what he's talking
But
about.
it's
But that
definitely
album
got
is
a
dope.
vibe. Yeah.
Divine Feminine was dope. I think Mac Miller's a
agree.
dope artist. Yeah.
He
I do
really
too.
is, bro.
He's a dope
And
artist, man.
Movies with the Sound Off was
That's
really
a great
dope,
album.
too.
Yeah.
The
That was like the
evolution
drug
of Mac
phase.
Miller was an amazing thing to watch.
100%. Yeah, that new
'Cause-
Mac Miller album is dope.
People thought he was. It was like he was corny
Was that Nike's
for a
on
while.
Nike's
Yeah,
on
he
my
was
feet,
corny.
my
Then he was like a
cipher
drug
complete.
addict. Like his drug music is real, like heavy. If you listen to him watching movies with the sound off,
Yeah.
or the Faces mixtape, which is
Yeah.
like real drugged out. Like I mean, he's talking about fucking sitting in the house doing acid and heroin all day and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he comes out of it with like Good AM.
Good
Then he
AM.
had Define Feminine when she was in love.
With
And then this
Ariana.
new album is he's broken up, so
Yeah.
he's kind of like whatever. I'm good.
But he feels like he's in a good place.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And
I
definitely.
don't get the
man.
Ariana Grande love, by the way. Everybody
do
loves
I,
her,
man.
thinks she's fly. She's whack.
yeah, I don't
There's
know.
so
I
many
have,
badder joints out there than Shorty, but
I have no
Yeah,
opinion on her.
Yeah, whatever. She got
Yo,
the
Nick,
bag.
I didn't know you rocked with Mac like that. You just named all his tapes in a row.
Bro, I fuck
Yeah.
with Mac Miller heavy.
I
Heavy.
really feel like it was
Yeah.
the movies with the sound off like really
great album.
changed my whole mind. And like he
Yeah.
works with Thundercat now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's working with like and the
He's
Flying
fucking
Lotus.
Flying Lotus.
Yeah, come on, like,
Sean, you fuck with Flying Lotus?
Yeah, I do.
Flying Lotus is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely, man.
yeah.
Let's jump back over to your stuff.
Cool.
New projects coming out.
Yeah.
Fall 2018.
Yeah.
Palmer Squares.
Palmer Squares.
Junkyard Samurai.
Yes.
It's a
New
hard-ass
project. It's a
name.
new album,
Thank you.
and it's.
Junkyard Samurai.
Junkyard Samurai.
I like
Let
that.
me get some clarity on this. It's an album and a musical.
You
Or-
know-
or it's like talk to me.
Okay, so if you guys don't know about the Palmer Squares, they came up through YouTube like straight rapping. Like they'll rap like 175 bars. You know, like they're just
Yeah.
like cypher rappers, you know?
Yeah.
So they came up through that lane where they just like can rap forever. You know, and it's about wordplay, it's about like having fun with writing. And they're dope. Like it was not the music that I came up listening to, but I like really grew to love like their approach to writing. And so we made a couple songs over the years and like really became good homies. we made this song called Muffhugger, which was like
yeah,
my
that
first
song is dope.
million view YouTube song. You know what I mean?
The video is crazy.
Yeah, and like watching them grow from being like cypher rappers to like writing songs was really dope. And so the last year we've been sitting down and like working on these songs. And I really thought that this project was going to be like, we're all just going to try to out-rap each other, like bar for bar. And it ended up being like all concept songs. Like we wrote all these conceptual songs. You know, they all have like, they're either stories or they're like very much about one thing. So I call it a musical, you know, on social media, just because I kind of like look at it that way. Like we all have these personalities. There's like definitely a storyline that weaves in and out of the project.
Yeah. Yo, Aaron, throw up this cover.
Yeah, I just finished the artwork for it.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's my nephew in the middle, but it's me. And then that's Matt on the right and Seth on the left. Yeah. And yeah, so I'm really excited about this project. Like I'm more excited about it than any of the other stuff that I have coming out, just because like we stretched each other out as far as like writing on topic. And we have like my favorite song. I wish I could like play one of the songs for you, but we're not there yet. We're putting the first song. When is this podcast coming out?
I'm going to drop it probably tomorrow.
Cool. So next week, the first song comes out.
Yeah.
So we're going to start rolling out the songs. We got some music videos in the works, but I think people will be like blown away at how cool and unique and like we're cartoon characters. You know what I mean? Like it's a graphic novel. It's a musical. It's just like this cool, weird, playful project.
Where are you at with track length? Like, how many tracks are probably going to be on this project?
7 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're on the shorter. You're on
the cruel summer. You're on the cruel summer right now.
It was 7 songs, and then Kanye started dropping all these. We were like, should we like slim it down one or make one more? But like all these songs fit so well together. I don't want to add or subtract anyone. So yeah, we're in the Kanye 7-track thing, whatever, you know.
Yeah. Where do you stand with like when new music drops, and do you feel bombarded when it's 22?
Kind of.
Do you rather,
Yeah. Like we were talking about the Drake thing before the podcast. Like it was too much for me to digest, so I just like never listened to it.
That's kind of what happens.
It's like the human psyche can only handle like what? It's like 7 or 10 options. You know, like once you have like more than 10, you can't make like an informed decision.
Yeah.
So like 7 is digestible. You can listen to every song. You can learn the lyrics to every song, and it's not like overwhelming. And I feel like it's a very digestible project. Like every song is unique. And I know our fans will like learn the lyrics to like when we tour this. We're gonna tour it in late fall. I want every fan to sing every word to every song with us. When we're gonna play the album front to back, and I want like people to know it, and I want it to flow like you know what song is next when the song before it ends. You know, and also like all the songs in this album like flow into each other. Like it doesn't really stop ever. You know, it like all flows.
It's like continuous. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, Drake would drop with like 40 songs. I didn't even touch the second disc.
Yeah, I mean,
the second disc is better than the first.
That's what
for me, like already for Drake, like my feeling on Drake is like I can take him in very small doses. Like I can't sit there and listen for Drake for too long because it just gets on my nerves. And I'm not even a Drake hater. Like I like Drake, man. He's cool,
too.
whatever. Like I get it.
Yeah.
I cannot listen to too much Drake. I got like a 15-minute Drake attention span, and then I gotta go. So for Drake to put out a double album for me is like I won't be through that till 2021.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like I like his music, man. Like I'm not a Drake hater. Like I don't want to come off that way, but I can't take too much of him, man. Like if I'm listening to Drake for longer than 15 minutes, I have to play something else to undrake me.
Yes, undrake me. That's good. That's real.
It's just too much, man.
Yeah.
Fall.
For real. Yeah. What do I got going on?
No, I'm saying like it's really coming out in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all foresee it
it's coming out in October. I don't know what day in October, but it'll 100% be out in October. No messing around.
Junkyard Samurai.
Samurai.
Be on the lookout.
3 videos before the project, probably.
Okay.
For sure, the first single comes out next week, though. 100%.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout.
It's going to be cool.
We'll post it. We'll do all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's get off of the music. Obviously, we're homies. We talk quite a bit.
Yeah.
Your Twitter is 50% I'm an artist, 50% politics.
Yeah. I know.
Political prob
is,
I don't want to say it's a new thing, but it's ramped up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Is it the new regime?
I'm pissed off, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
is that what it comes
I'm
down
upset.
to?
Yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm pissed off. I'm angry at the ignorance is what bothers me the most, I think, and the hate. I've been trying. Damn, you got my shit pulled up.
Follow the boy.
Probs out here in the streets talking to the people.
I just feel like I have a platform, and it's somewhat my responsibility to use that platform to speak and inform my audience. And I definitely have lost some fans from it, and I've probably gained some fans from it. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's important for people to speak out right now more than ever. And I try to educate my fans and the people who follow me and spread messages that I believe in, you know? So that's really what it comes down to. I don't have an agenda.
Bron dunking on Trump.
I just thought that was funny.
Yeah,
man.
that was funny.
I mean, that's okay. The LeBron thing is a perfect example. All right. You have this dude who, I mean, LeBron really hasn't done anything that would
He's never done
Never done anything wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like you can
he
talk
really-
about the decision all you want to. He has not done anything that's bad.
Right.
Nothing.
Okay. So
And they trust me, they've been looking. They cannot find it.
and
The
it's
dude
not even
lives
like
a clean life.
he's
Yeah.
going at Trump in like an aggressive way. He's just saying like, this is stupid. I don't agree with this. This is bad. Like, you know what I mean? And supporting causes that he believes in. But look at it. Okay. He just opened up this school. What's it called?
I promise.
I
promise.
I promise
Yeah.
school. Right. I think everybody on both sides, if you're speaking honestly, can agree that that's a wonderful thing. We're educating
No doubt.
youth. We're providing opportunity to youth. Like, if you don't agree with that, like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't really have any. I don't want to have a conversation with you, really, because like,
Yeah.
we're not going to see eye to eye on anything. You have Trump, who's like, has this policy of separating kids from their parents. What more atrocious thing can you think of, like, as human beings that we could do? You know, like, then I mean, you got a daughter. Like, can you think of anything worse than being separated from, you know, your daughter? Like, no, like, that's the worst thing imaginable. It's not that hard to see. The line is right there. Like,
Yeah.
one person is doing this, one person is doing this. If you're for separating kids from their parents, I'm sorry, but fuck you. Like, I'm not with it.
Yeah.
Say what you want about immigration. You can have your beliefs, but like, no, like, that's whack as hell. And if you're for that and supporting that, I can't support you, and I'm against you, kind of.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I think I might speak on it too much, but at the end of the day, like, I really strongly believe in these things,
Yeah,
and I
for
feel
sure.
like it's important for all of us to speak out right now about it. You know, and if you're not, you should be, like,
Yeah.
and you should be engaged in some way. You don't have to say like fuck Trump. You don't have to say like fuck Republicans. You know, I don't know if we can cuss on.
Why
this
you
thing
change
or
the
whatever,
the ad lib of your voice like that?
Fuck Donald.
but fuck Trump.
Fuck him.
Why do
You
you
know,
guys
it's not
America?
about that. It's just about being like a good human being. Like, we're on this planet for like this speck of time.
For
like,
sure, yeah.
Why not just like help each other out and like push positivity and not this like negative anti mentality?
For sure.
you
No,
know?
we don't have to run down the rabbit hole too deep.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just noticed it's picked up quite a bit in
Yeah.
the recent. Yeah, I guess probably it's going on years now because just how
Yeah,
shit's been shaken out. But
totally.
quick, I know you have some rapid fire questions.
Oh, we're going straight over there
You know,
now.
those- yeah, I didn't want to jump down that political
yeah,
shit
I thought
too
we were about to
early.
get real spicy.
I didn't want to get
Yeah.
all the way into it either.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important for all of us to just like try harder at being nice to each other and
sure.
do good for each other.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
like, if whether you're pro Trump or anti Trump, like, involve yourself in a positive cause, like, in whatever that means to you. Like, to me, I think we can
Volunteering,
all
whatever.
agree that like children and education are incredibly important, and I feel like we can all agree on that and push for it. You know what I mean? Like, so whatever it is, whatever you believe in at the end of the day, just like try to like spread some joy into other people's lives, you know?
Big facts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Big facts.
All right, man. Yeah, I got a couple rapid fire questions for you, man. Put you on the spot.
Oh, shit.
Get into this hip hop shit real
Oh,
quick.
boy.
It doesn't necessarily need to be hip hop, man. What's your favorite album of the last year?
Oh, man. Yo, Saba's newest album is really
Take Care.
dope. Take Care. Or Care For Me.
Care For Me, yeah.
You got that Drake on your
Yeah, I
mind.
got that
right
Drake.
here.
Got that Drake. Yeah.
Sean can listen to
That
Drake for hours.
That Drake. That
Listen to
that's
that
Drake
man
is
all
on.
night long.
Care For Me is my favorite project that came out.
Really?
Last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Saba's
Okay.
a genius.
Shout out Saba Pivot. Yeah, he's
man.
fire.
Best-
And close second is Smino Black Swan.
Yeah.
Black Swan.
Yeah, if y'all
He's
don't
got
know,
that Andre 3000 in his blood.
I gotta
if
check
y'all
that
don't
out.
know, oof,
He's got that.
he
He's got
is
that.
so cold-blooded.
That
Oh my
different.
goodness.
Now this one's gonna be hip hop related, obviously.
Yeah.
It's the best diss track of all time on wax.
Okay. The bitchin' you.
Ooh, the
Bitchin'
bitchin'
You
you by Common. Wow.
was cold-blooded and didn't get it. I mean, like, the obvious answer is Ether, right?
The
Yeah,
bitchin'
that's
that
you-
the obvious answer?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, that's the obvious, but the bitchin' you is
But
very,
the bitchin'
very.
you was so cold.
Yeah.
He really came at him hard, man. So I see the bitchin' you,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna let it out.
What
Shout
else?
out Common Sense.
Yeah,
He's
when
underrated.
Common Sense was
He's-
just
Nah,
going for blood.
he went to another level, whatever the fuck. Shout out Common again, get your money, but he left Chicago and went to go do whatever he's
My
doing now.
favorite
It's all good. Don't worry
Common
about it.
moment of this year is when he's doing that like spoken word, like AI commercial. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Oh man, I'm not even gonna.
He's
I'm not
getting
gonna go down
checks.
that route. He's
Anytime
getting
there's a
checks.
cause, Common's performing. Like Common's out
Yeah.
here getting checks.
Yeah.
But the bitchin' you is a hard diss
The
track.
Bitchin'
If you've
You.
never listened to it before, he's going at Ice Cube.
Yeah.
And he absolutely obliterates
He
him.
surely does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Facts.
So that's mine.
All right. So my man Chuck's been talking to me a lot about these battle raps that he watches on YouTube. Shout out Big Astro.
Yeah.
Best battle rapper of all time.
Whoa.
Wow.
J.U. Ice was cold with it.
Dog.
Chicago, the original Juice, like
Yeah.
Juice.
MC Juice, yeah.
Shout out
Not
to
Juice
Juice
WRLD.
WRLD, too.
Yeah.
But Juice, yeah, Juice.
MC Juice?
J.U. Ice. I really love Juice as a battle rapper, man. Who
People
else?
don't even know who you're talking about, which is crazy.
I know, it's okay.
Hey, when
Yo,
we saw him at
if-
the farmhouse,
If
we saw Juice actual live, bro. Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. You
Back in the
Real,
day.
real life bars.
one of the dopest freestylers in the history.
let
Yes.
me tell you something though. So we're at the farm party, right? And
Hold on, the farm party is an old Pritzker
Oh yeah,
party.
yeah. But we
Pritzker-
talk
They
about
don't
people
even
know.
know.
Talk about
Yeah,
people
like we're
know.
just at the
Yes, the Pritzkers, you know, if you're in Chicago, you should know who the Pritzkers are, period.
Period.
Conglomerate.
Fuck JB.
no JB,
They,
huh?
they used to
Nah, I'm
throw
with it. I'm with
this
it.
summer party on this estate
Farm.
farm, and like it was like 45 minutes outside the city.
It was like
Yeah.
Libertyville. Yeah.
Yeah, and you would go. They had like 10 acres.
Yeah.
You'd go there, bring a tent. You'd go there, kick it with some
blankets.
folks,
Get in the tent.
and it was all you could eat, all you could drink. There was music, and it was a fire ass,
Fire, like a crazy party. Like,
crazy party.
yeah, like I remember they were grilling lobster tails and shit
Yeah.
like that. It was crazy. So, anyways, yeah, like Juice is there, and the first year he's just rapping in the farm, like whatever freestyle. And the second year he's performing, and it's crazy. He's rapping on stage and he's asking people to throw out topics to him, right? So he gets to Sean. Sean has the opportunity to have
I don't
Juice.
even know this story.
He has the opportunity to have Juice rap about anything, right?
Yeah.
What does this man say? Money, hoes, and weed.
This is a long time ago, bro.
Money, hoes, and weed.
So did Juice
So, of
snap
course,
on the
Juice-
topic?
Juice like talked about like, of course you're gonna ask me money, hoes, and weed, like how fucking typical, like whatever. But then killed it about some money, hoes,
Went
and weed.
smash.
Like
Dude, he-
smashed it. But it was just so funny that like
He
you
was
could've
so
been, like,
versatile, like-
train tracks, and he would have fucking
Yeah,
killed
He
it.
I
was
want to
so
say
killer,
someone
man.
said like peanut butter or something, and he went nuts.
Yeah.
Like he started talking about the texture of the peanut
Yeah.
butter and like
Chunky.
the color and like wow.
Jif versus Skippy.
Yeah,
Oh,
crazy.
no.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So yeah. Shout
Yeah,
out Juice.
Juice.
for sure.
I don't know Juice because like the Eminem battle and like all that. You know, there's some history there.
Yeah,
It
for
was
sure.
always called.
Best rapper athlete.
I know who mine is.
Damian Lillard or
Gee, what? No, you
who?
got to answer first, and I'll kick it
the
with
best
mine.
rapper. Oh man.
Dog, Steven Jackson, Stack 5.
Stacks just
Wait,
shout
I
out
haven't
Stack
even
Jack.
heard that.
Oh
Stack
my
Jack's got heat. Yeah.
Stack
Wait, do you
Jack.
guys play an outro song on this?
Yeah,
Can it
Yeah,
be that?
Yeah.
yeah, I can throw some
Yeah.
Stack Jack on there.
Stack Jack 100%.
Man, who
my
I don't
favorite.
know. Who else? I don't know. That's a tough one, man. I don't really like know the athlete rappers like that.
That
Put me on the
Lonzo
spot
Ball
in the
shit
hot
was
seat.
low key kind of hard.
Alonzo
That
Ball.
was so weak.
Nah,
oh my
he got- nah, he
He
had
goes,
some
you
heat
know,
on
I'm the
there.
man, light skin with a tan.
Like he
He goes, number 2 pick, you ain't getting picked.
They just like bought a beat off YouTube and like
What, when he
shocked
ate
a
up
Drake
Kuzma?
verse. Yeah,
He ate Kuzma though, dude. He said he just another
Yeah.
light-skinned dude with tattoos.
I don't really know athlete rappers that well. I guess I'm finding.
Shout
through
out
this
AI.
question.
I'm gonna
What-
say
oh,
this.
AI,
Jules
definitely.
time.
He killed it.
League shut that down
Who else?
quick.
Who else? Who's your top one?
Oh, shit, probably AI. AI dropped
AI.
one track and it was over with.
Bro,
Yeah,
stack
I don't
5.
know.
I'm gonna send you some stack 5.
Probably
right.
actually Walter Payton.
Yeah,
Shout out Walter Payton
I
on the
was
Super
about
Bowl
to say
Shuffle.
the Super Bowl Shuffle. I
Call
guess
me
that's
sweetness and I like to dance.
Yeah.
Come on,
Carrying the
G.
balls like make a romance.
Get
Stop
outta
playing.
here.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
All right.
How many more you got over
That's
there?
all I got, man.
That's all you
I
got?
got 2 more, but I don't even know if I'm gonna ask.
Oh,
them,
come
man.
on, let me hear him. I'm having fun
This
with
one, wackest MC that's getting hype right now.
Oh, that's a good question.
it. Ooh, whoa.
Don't kill his career though, but
Oh my
Don't say
goodness!
nothing.
I don't want to
Make
make
your
any.
political connects.
I don't want to make any enemies right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, nah.
whack-
Pass.
yeah.
Oh, he's gonna pass that.
Who's that for you,
That's an
Quick?
Alderman Prob answer right there.
Yeah,
Wackest
Alderman
rapper
Prob.
that's getting pub. Man, J. Cole.
Really? You don't
I
like
think
J.
J.
Cole
Cole
like
is
that?
not-
J. Cole is he's.
I'll
no,
tell
he's
you
not
who.
whack. He's just boring. I
I'll
don't
tell
like
you
him.
who. Russ.
Yes.
What
Facts.
is up
Trash.
with people loving that dude? I do not get
Russ and is Russ the guy with the crooked teeth?
it. He's the guy with,
With
the,
the long
long
hair.
hair and the like
Kyle's the dude
manicured
with
beard.
Kyle's the
Kyle-
dude.
Super Duper Kyle?
yeah, Super Duper Kyle.
Yeah.
He should
no
be getting.
comment.
He
Lil
should be,
Yachty?
he should be getting
I
no
like Lil
love.
Yachty a lot.
Yachty.
I love
Yachty got a couple tracks.
I love
Shout out
Yachty.
Yachty. You know what, man? Yachty might be a whack rapper, but my man's got Mountain Dew money.
Yeah.
He got
Sprite
Old
money.
Navy
He's a
money. I'm sorry,
businessman who
Sprite
happens
money.
to rap.
Old Navy money. Like
Yeah.
he got Target money. Like he got long money
Yeah.
off of that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, yeah.
His pops is younger than all of us. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how like young dude is.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm not gonna ask you the garbage obligatory top 5 rapper conversation, but just your favorite album of all time.
jeez.
I
Hip
just
hop,
had
hip
this-
hop, non-hip hop.
I just had this conversation the other day.
Hip-hop and
Okay. I
non-hip
mean,
hop.
Love Below is definitely one of them. I don't have like a favorite album, but Love Below is up there. Give me a second. I mean, Illmatic.
Illmatic's the best hip hop album
I
of all
mean,
time.
Is Illmatic better than Reasonable Doubt?
Yes,
Reasonable Doubt
Reasonable
is so
Doubt's great.
good.
it's great, but Illmatic is better.
Oof.
I'm gonna throw you one.
What?
Black Messiah.
Black Messiah for sure.
Black
Yeah.
Messiah is my top album of all time.
Oh, it's
Wow.
so good. Yeah, I mean, I have so many, man. But Love Below for me was so like incredibly
It
crucial.
was a great album.
Yeah, that's probably like my favorite
not a
project
bad
ever
choice.
made.
Man,
Don't forget Speaker Box though. I know
Speaker
Box
Box is
Love
cold,
Below
too.
gets the love, but Speaker Box, Big Boy came through.
yeah.
Infinite was one of them too.
By
That
Eminem.
first Eminem.
Oh my
project.
gosh, she know about a sweet MC. From
Yeah.
the 313.
You heard the hell I was sent from it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
went to it,
Infinite
serving a
was kinda
sentence for
dope.
murdering instruments.
Yeah, that
Ah,
shit was kind of dope.
It's Infinite.
Yeah, that was kind of dope. Definitely.
To open the show,
Yeah.
I called PROBCAUSE a living local legend.
Hey.
I meant that because he had the vision to, always want to follow his art, and he's been doing it. Never had a real job.
Never really had well, I worked at Homemade Pizza.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Homemade
shout out
Pizza
that. I forgot about that.
I worked at
Shout out
Homemade
Homemade
Pizza.
Pizza.
I worked at I was a delivery driver for Morseland.
Yo,
Yeah.
rest in peace the Morseland Cafe and
I
those fire ass
know.
wings that they had.
R.I.P.
Rogers
I worked
Park.
at the
Yo, that
Children's
place was
Center
fire.
as an art teacher
gotta
for
fuck with
after
the
school
youths.
program.
Yeah, we kicked it at the Y for a little
yeah,
second.
me, yeah.
yeah.
And that was it. That was my last job. And
Nothing
I-
full time though. Nothing
No.
that would pull you away enough
Yeah.
that you couldn't focus on your art. So that's the
Super
word
lucky,
legend
man.
gets thrown around all the time because I throw it around all the time.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why I put you in that level because you've been in the artistic game and supporting yourself for a minute, forever,
Hell yeah.
for your
Appreciate it,
whole
man.
adult life. So I think that's super strong.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on.
Dude. it
Keep
was
dropping,
fun,
keep
man.
dropping projects,
I
coloring
will.
books,
Oh, man.
new album
Yeah,
drops.
man. We won't put you through
Fall.
any Bulls
Hey.
talk tonight.
Yeah.
We won't
Nah,
make
I
you do
mean,
that.
but Lori Markkinen, is the coldest on the Bulls.
He put on 17 pounds. I'll see Swole.
17
Yo, pull up that
pounds.
Swole Lori photo.
I like
Yeah?
Chris Dunn.
Yeah.
I like Chris Dunn, but it's the Garpack shit gotta go. Come on, man.
Oh, we've been on the Fire Guard packs, man.
Oh, God.
You should drop a diss track, Fire Guard
Yeah.
packs.
Find this. Let
Right?
me find
Yeah,
this
Lori-
Laurie before we get
Yeah,
out of here.
what Sean's pulling up, obviously, is if anybody didn't see, Lori Markkinen's been hitting the gym this summer.
Yeah.
Young Lori getting swole.
I think he's gonna be really cold.
I think it'd be nice.
I think
He's gonna be a
really
problem.
cold. Yeah.
So is
But,
Wendell.
Wendell Carter is very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Just
even
do
know
a
where. I
Google
don't
search
even
for,
know where that pic.
for Lori Markkinen.
What? So he's what? He's jacked up a little
Yeah,
bit.
he put some definition on.
Was it on his page? It might have been on his page.
It was on Bleacher Report.
Where is he from?
Finn.
Finland.
Finland. That's right.
Nah, go to his tag photos maybe.
And I think his. Yeah.
Laurie
Markkinen.
Swole.
How old is he? Like 20?
Yeah, he's probably like 20. He only played 1 year at Arizona, so yeah.
No, I don't know where it is.
No
man.
photos. But yeah, check it out on Bleacher Report. They showed it yesterday. Laurie Markkinen put a little bit of weight on. It's gonna
Yeah,
start
he's
banging.
big. So I'm
you know?
excited about that. Yo, for anybody that doesn't know, me and Prob caught that Celtics playoff game 6 at the United Center.
Was that the Ben Gordon game?
That was the Ben Gordon, Ray
Yeah.
Allen, Joakim Noah dunking on Paul
The
Pierce.
breakaway
that
steal.
was
Probably
Joakim
the
Noah.
best, probably one of the best sporting events. I've been to fortunate enough to be in some crazy sporting events, but that's top 3. No
That was
doubt.
pretty cold blooded.
That shit
Never
was
seen
cold.
anybody hotter than Ben Gordon that night, except for Ray fucking Allen.
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
It was
Ben
crazy.
Gordon was throwing up everything.
Yeah.
PROBCAUSE.
Yo, thank you guys, man.
Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Make sure you
so
catch
fun.
all his stuff. Way Up is out right now on iTunes,
Yup.
Spotify, everywhere else. Go pick up a coloring book
Yeah.
at PROBCAUSE everywhere. PROBCAUSE. Check him out across the way. Make sure you subscribe to our page, No Ketchup Chicago on Instagram, No Ketchup Chicago on YouTube. Keep us locked the whole way.
I did that animation you're about to see too.
Yeah.
Hey.
No Ketchup Chicago, for Chicago, by Chicago. Listen up.
Peace.
Yeah, man.